there are games, and they're very good games, that have that problem. And it can be a problem. But, you know, slight overstatement say if you played one, you played them all, but you will have the idea. You will not be... You play one Mega Man, you play one Dragon Quest on... You play any one game out of a given Mega Man sub-series, you will not be completely lost when you play the next one. That's... Or if you play another one. That's the best way I know to put it. Okay, I'm probably getting back towards Lava Town again, so I'll have to be extra careful. But other than that, been kind of a week. Well, hasn't been a bad week, but busy week because I have an odd job as a I take care of posting news to the website tformers.com, a Transformers news site. I also do toy reviews and things for them. And this, of course, was the week... This last week was the week of the Transformers Convention BotCon. It was the week of the Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark game, its release, and it was the week that Transformers 4 Age of Extinction was released. Age of Extinction, I have not seen it, and I'm actually not going to. The third one kind of, you know, I was not happy with the second one, and the third one that kind of, you know, where Optimus Prime kills several mostly helpless adversaries who were in the process of surrendering to him, kind of, you know, soured me, because in the 1980s, this is the character who, in the comics, killed himself because he accidentally cheated at a video game. He killed some virtual beings, some NPCs, and said that that to beat Megatron, who had already cheated much more severely, he had violated his personal code of conduct, and so he lost, and as per the terms of the contest, he demanded that the human guy running the thing press the button to cause him self-destruct. You know, which, when you get down to it, is silly. But, you know, I'll take that Optimus Prime over Give Me Your Face Optimus Prime. And I've seen some quotes and information from the new movie, which I will not share here in case you have not yet seen it and do not wish to be spoiled, that lead me to believe I will not be any happier with him this time. You know, put it this way, I hear he tosses some salads and scrambles some eggs. Cool. So yeah, I'm done with that. And in terms of Rise of the Dark Spark, if you've played it and you have an opinion on it, let me know. Because unlike the last bunch of oh my, oh crap, okay, I'm alive. How alive am I? Well, I'm not dead. That is definitely a value of alive. But yeah, unlike the last couple of Transformers games, we at T-Formers were not provided any kind of samples for review, so I honestly can't say anything about what the game's like one way or another. And I know one person who got a copy for review, and he got it the day of release, which, if you're not too, you know, diamonds. If you're not that familiar with video game, you know, review patterns and how publishers operate, you may not know, but basically, yeah, I can make about 50 torches. Yeah, let's make a full 50. No, I don't want to say anything, I just want torches, thank you. How do I get rid of that? Not like that. I have no idea how to get rid of that little... There it is. But, yeah. If people, and even the big outlets, IGN posted about it on Twitter. They did not get a copy before release. So, yeah. 9 times out of 10, especially with a licensed game like this, if they do that, if they don't send out review copies, they are entirely aware that it is a dog. And, you know, this is doubly not confidence inspiring because they did not allow the studio, High Moon Studios, who did War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, to make the new game. Okay, let's go fight. Well, I'm stuck here. You want to... Okay, you're going to throw rocks at me, you jerkface. Ah, good. We'll just wait here for you to burn to death, and then we'll chop our way up and collect whatever we get. But yeah, High Moon made the last, like, 3 games. They made the Dark of the Moon game. They made War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, and they really loved Transformers, and you could tell. The people who made this new one, you know, just a contract group. Shouldn't you be dead by now? There we go. You know, a company whose main claim to fame up to now has been producing ports, which, considering from the preliminaries how many of High Moon's assets they were reusing, probably served them well. But, you know, beyond which, you know, they had to meet the deadline of getting it out for the movie, for one. Okay, you're hostile. Die. Hostile and fairly powerful from the amount of hit points I just lost. I should probably start making for the surface at some point. But, I mean, they did not have an easy job, I know, because they had to hit a very specific deadline the week of the movie's release, no matter what. Oh, wow. And they had to do it for the PC, the PS3, the PS4, the 360, and the Xbox One all at once. So, you know, nobody sets out to make a bad game. I mean, sometimes people may set out and not care. But even if they cared, they did not have the time or resources to show that they cared, because they had to... Yeah, I think it came out for... It may have come out for Wii U too, which would mean it came out for basically everything. So, you know, I've heard it's not a very good game. I'll put it this way, GameStop was offering a day one deal on it, you know, before anybody could get reviews out, and you got a discount if you bought it with the very poorly reviewed Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. Yeah. But, you know, my sympathies to the people who worked on that, because they had to do like 4 or 5 different versions at once. That kind of had to be hell. Wrong way. There we go. Okay. But High Moon would have done a better job, and it is, much to my regret, they were not allowed to. Let's see. Now, on the other hand, if you're going to get a version of Rise of the Dark Spark, I have not read any reviews of that either, but the 3DS version is a Super Robot Wars-esque strategy game, a Transformers strategy game, done by WayForward Technologies, a company responsible for some really good stuff, like Contra 4, DuckTales Remastered. I believe either they or some of the people who are now with them were responsible for some of the more recent Silent Hill games. So yeah, they're a company I trust, and they only had one platform to work on. So they're a company I would trust to make a decent game. That, I really want to get myself a 3DS XL when I can. And if I do, and I will try and get that and let everybody know how it is, because I have hope. But since the movie version of Transformers were visually not my thing to begin with, and since, you know, Optimus Prime is more and more of a homicidal maniac every time, I'm not even going to see Age of Extinction. I kind of made the promise to myself I would see it if I could find someone to go with me who would mock it with me, for one, and for another, if by some miracle I could get in for free. You know, they wanted to see it and they invited me, or, you know, I got a, you know, somebody I know bought the game on day one from GameStop and got the movie cash deal, because that's what that was. You know, one of those things, I'd go see it. None of those things happened, so, nuh-uh. I'll see it on basic cable in 2016. Oh, it's one of those beacons. Or things. I don't even know what they're called, quite. Containers or something. Either way, I'm going to take the chance. I'm miles underground. Oh, thanks. Thanks, beacon thing. Much a freaking obliged. Well, let's use a bandage, because, you know, wearing a band-aid when you get poisoned will help you get better. It's the law. One more. I'm going to have to find more plant fibers and make more bandages soon. Okay, those spikes are poisonous too. Can you guys see the little skulls and crossbones coming off them? Awesome. This is going to be great. Let me put a torch up top so I can see. And I do have a flashlight I could be using too. That would be smart. Okay, well, nothing much to speak of here. So let me crack these containers. And let's see if this is the kind of sand that avalanches or the kind of sand that just sits there. Just sits there, which is fine. I don't really want an avalanche at this angle at this time. So let's put up... Ah! Treasure! 100 points. Some pearl pea seeds and yellow stim packs. Okay. And I'll take the chest too, because storage is always a thing in this game. I've made enough pixels that even if I die, I'll probably have the wherewithal to make my gold pick when I go back. We'll see. I'm not planning on dying, but, you know, sometimes stuff happens. Especially when you are underground and have no idea how to get back up, which is where we are at the moment. I believe I'm standing on a piece of gold. Let's get it. Yes, good. Let's eating. More gold below me. We're after that. A little bit of coal. Let's plant some more torches. Coal is absolutely indispensable in this game. Ow! Oh, spikes. On a variety of levels. One is that you will need it at the later tech levels to turn iron into steel. Because most of the later tech trees require steel, which you can only get by combining iron ingots and coal. So, yeah. And and iron stops showing up after a certain number of sectors, so you will end up back in the basic lands trying to find iron, so you can make steel. Okay, that's one thing. Coal is also spaceship fuel, that's number 2. And, of course, torches. Absolutely crucial and necessary torches. So you will, you know, coal, always a top priority when you see it. And I see it. Along with a variety of copper and other useful metals. Okay, let me dig up to this. Okay, that doesn't seem to be avalanche sand. That's good. Oh yeah, I want that piece of gold. The copper... Copper kind of outlives its usefulness eventually. Not fully, but it becomes far less useful than it is at the outset pretty quickly. But yeah. Coal, man. Coal always. Let's plant one here. Ah, another passage. Get that. Hey. Nothing is emitting a horrific bleat running at me, so... Good start. Oh, I see something. I also see sparks heading down into the left. That's interesting. You're not hostile. I admire that about you. Let me get this iron now. Copper beneath it, maybe. But yeah, Transformers has pretty much filled my week, one way or another. Because I've been keeping track of all this news. BotCon, few interesting things turned up, a little bit lackluster. Unfortunately, one of the things that has plagued the official Transformers convention, BotCon, for the last, must be 5 years now, is now that San Diego Comic-Con is like a big deal and Transformers has itself become a big deal. A lot of what would have been BotCon reveals are now held back for Comic-Con. So, for one thing, that means that in terms of news density, I'll be getting to go through that again sometime soon. Which, you know, what the heck, it's a living. But on July 4th on the Hub Network, we should be getting a preview, very brief preview of the next Transformers series, which is titled Robots in Disguise. That's kind of a problem because the 2001 Transformers series was titled Robots in Disguise. There is also a Transformers comic titled Robots in Disguise. So, yeah. Confusion abounds. Also, there was a subline of the Transformers Prime toys also titled Robots in Disguise. It's, you know, it's one of the older Transformers trademarks and all that, but, you know, we should use more than meets the eye more often. There hasn't been a TV show by that name yet. Of course, you know, the comic series that currently uses that title is just about my favorite thing about Transformers right now, so if it remains the only more than meets the eye for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to be heartbroken. Let me get that iron. I hope that's just you, like, burping or whatever, guy, because I don't want to fight you or anything else that makes a noise like that. It's those. Those are slightly different, and I bet they're hostile. Are you hostile? You're hostile. Hi. You're hostile and dead. How's it feel? That was lucky. It could have knocked me off there very easily. So, sheer idiot luck wins the day again. That is a structure. That is an interesting looking structure. We're going to bust our way in and see how much trouble we can make. How many plant fibers I got on me? 60 some. Not enough to really be not the world, but enough to make me some... Ooh, toxic waste. Looks like fun. But enough to make more bandages if I need them in a pinch. I may be in a pinch in just a second if all goes well. I see treasure. I'm sure that water is poisonous.